we said, here to attend our Universal Parliament, right? It's always an honor for me to take the head and to welcome anyone that's here to our Universal Parliament, right? We've been through a lot of stuff. There's been a rough seas that we all have traveled through within the last 2 to 3 years. You know, with the intervention of COVID-19, us not being able to secure a venue, wasn't able to have a parliament indoors, right? Where as you can see, we have been successful in our efforts in the community, making sure that this nation can rally together, we come together for the Universal Parliament to discuss, to plan, and to more or less gauge where our nation stands in this day and time. Not 1964, here in 2023, all right? If we look right now, we see somebody's fault. But I anticipate, as you should also, that this parliament will have a lot of people here today. Those that are willing to come up and speak to you about the truth about our nation's cause, where we stand in this land and other parts of the world, right? To let you know that the nation of gods and earth, the large part of the nation of gods and earth, are here to continue the work that we are doing in the community and all across this country, right? We have seen that many of those that stood before us, they're no longer here in the physical. But those of us that have remained, we are determined to let our legacy of teaching the truth to the people, especially to the young. And we're here for the long haul. You know, it's like there's no beginning or ending to the black man. There is no ending we see to our nation and our progress we will make. We expect great things to occur in this nation. And we're looking at you, our members, our nationals, to carry on the work, to make the Lord's World Manifest a reality, to realize that in spite of all that said, that the Lord's World Manifest is here because you're here, right? And I'm not going to be too long with it because we have a list. Anyone that wants to speak today, we ask that you please come and sign the list so that we'll know exactly who you are and what you intend to build about, right? I'm not going to be long with it because it's not the Divine Prince's show. It's not a show. It's for all of us. Anyone who's willing to come and build with our family, right, you're more than welcome. The first speaker for this will be Sabu. You're willing to speak now? And after Sabu, we'll go to you along. Peace, family. Peace. 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 Peace.
My name is Saul. Saul. I want to speak on the success of the nation.
In particular, this 5% nation. You know, this nation, I've been in this nation for over half a century. I got knowledge when I was a knowledge God. All right? I've seen many things happen in this 5% nation of God's earth. I've seen many ups and downs, I'm sure, like anybody else has seen. And when I speak about success of a nation, I see how people in general will try to discourage and bring something down that they oppose. We're about positiveness. We know that. Allah was a positive black man. We know that. God is a positive being. We know that. So that makes this nation a positive entity. We all know that. The opposition, if they're not about what we're about, which is positiveness, upbringing, lifting the black seed up, as they say, black seed keep on growing, then obviously they're of a negative aspect. For whatever reason, it could be religious, it could be racial, any kind of adjective you want to add on to that, they come in a negative aspect, in a negative approach towards us. So when I say the success of the nation. I'm talking about how, no matter how they try to destroy that black seed, they just can't destroy it. Why? The black seed is us. And without us, there is no foundation to anything in existence. We have to understand that. And success is not just a nation. Success is a person. Each one of us have to be successful in all of our overtakings of this society that we live in. The 29th degree talks about success. So we got to look at that for ourselves and see how successful we are, because the more successful you are and you bring that success here to this nation, you in turn make this nation successful through your success. So the successfulness of a nation is a successfulness of its people in that nation. The people in this nation is what makes this nation successful or not. So when I say success of a nation, I'm talking about each and individual in here is a nation unto themselves, joining together to become a unified nation of God's image. One body, one family, one mind, one being. Marcus Messiah Garvey said, a people without a knowledge of themselves like a tree with no roots, they will be destroyed. So it says, today we receive more gold. Yeah, you receive more gold. The gold that you receive is the blessings that Allah gave all of us to bring us out of darkness, ignorance, dumbness, confusion, being led in the wrong direction. All of us were led in the wrong direction. You could deny it if you want to, but all of us was going in the path that wasn't right. Because how can you go in right if you're in darkness? I remember the guards used to sing, how can the blind lead the blind? Because surely both of them will fall in a ditch. So when that light came, which is the blessings or the truth that Allah teach, that is your blessing. Take heed to your blessings. That gold that you're talking about, that is the greatest gold any one of us could ever want or have. Because that's freedom. Free from the dumb, justice to bring about righteousness, and the equality to deal equally with every one of your life. So therefore, that gold is the greatest thing that we could ever want. What we're going to do with it is the question. The last thing I'm going to say, brother asked me earlier, what did I think about those, Memphis, Tennessee, 5 black officers who took it upon themselves to wear a badge and show not only their lack of positive judgment, savagery coming out of them, to impose such a brutal attack on a human being, let alone a black man like them. So, all of us out there, we gotta be very careful when we're in these streets. Because if you see the mentality of our own people toward us, that is a slave mentality. I was listening to the news today. You know, the police was originally set up. You know why the police was originally set up? To hunt runaway slaves and bring them back to the plantation. That's what policing was originally. So now we got police out there that attack you just because they want to. Just because they want to. Hey, I'm the police, I got the power. So I'm saying, you know, be careful when you're out here in these streets, my brothers and my sisters. Be careful. Understand, man, if y'all got the knowledge of what's going on out here, you better use it. Stop walking around like everything is hunky-dory. Oh, it happened to him, it happened to her, it ain't gonna happen to me, yeah. That brother that was going home that night in Memphis, Tennessee, he probably said, it ain't gonna happen to me, See what happened. But don't just take things for granted. I say that to all of y'all, like I say it to myself. Don't take things for granted. Hey, I can go boogie Friday night, I can go boogie Saturday night. I ain't gotta worry about a damn thing. Hey, the devil is out here, the devil is real, evil is real. And going back to how I started, this is a positive entity. This is a positive nation. You are positive people. You know who your enemy is. And your enemy is not about being positive. Your enemy is not about being righteous. Your enemy is not about you. Let me say that again. Your enemy is not about Y-O-U. The devil's job is to destroy and to make sure they live. Tell us, why does the devil teach that? You know the answer. So that he can do what? Rob you of everything that you got, including the knowledge of yourself, so that they can live amongst you and leave you blood, sweat, and tears. And will kill you if they get the inkling that they need to. Thus we have the Father, who was of greatest penetration through that cipher. God born the wisdom equal. He went right through the cipher and came out with the understanding. And they said, he's born in this light, we gotta get rid of him. We get rid of him, maybe we'll get rid of them. Them is you. But see, that seed was planted so great and so strong. I always say, no matter what they do, they just can't stop that seed from growing. They cannot stop that seed from growing, because that's all law. You can't stop all law. Only through the permission of the law is anything stopped. All of this is through the permission of all law. This is the will of all law. Right here, right now, we are the will of all law. Understand, we are the manifestation that we keep talking about. Allah will manifest. We are the manifestation of that Allah. That will manifest. And once again, your enemy don't love it. So stop thinking everything's hunky-dory out here. And your own people who are blind, deaf, and dumb and think that it's so cute to do what they do. They'll turn against you too, but I know what we all have noticed. We got eyes to see and ears to hear.
Sleep.
You look around and you see people, especially when you're standing.
I thought that was
tall.
it. I thought that was it.
You know, jealousy is a very big thing in this world. Envy is a very big thing in this world. People will do anything. Matter of fact, people want to be right so much that they'll do wrong. And then try to say that they were right in doing it. So when they see you standing up and being strong, they'll try to destroy you, which is meaning they're going to do wrong just to make themselves right. We even made a song, loving you is right, I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. We sung about everything, all of our experiences in this world. Listen to the music. There's messages in that music. Listen to what we be talking about, we could be telling the truth. We got to start paying attention to what's going on out here. Huh? This is the knowledge month. Wisdom, understanding, yeah. Do y'all really wisdom, understanding? 23 million square miles of useful land. Do y'all really wisdom, do y'all use that wisdom, understanding? That useful land? That's 23 million square miles of use. Are you using it? Because the devil is using his 6. He's using every bit of those 6 to destroy you. Are you using your wisdom, understanding? Because if you're using your wisdom, understanding, then you'll have the power to overcome all of that that's coming at you. Stop wasting your useful land. Stop wasting your time. Your useful land is anything that you deal with. Mental, physical All of that is useful land. If you're wasting your time, you ain't fulfilling what you're supposed to do out here. Because if you understand the wisdom, then that culture will be born. And that freedom will come to you. And you'll understand what we're talking about when we say Islam, freedom, justice, and equality. You got to bring it out. Individually as well as collectively. All right? You can't hide behind a group of people. You understand? You got to stand on your own. But you got to be strong, man. Like I said, and I'm going to end with this. Hey, I've seen a lot of ups and downs in this, over the last 53 years. I've seen a lot of ups and downs here. I'm blessed that I'm here. A lot of my older brothers from the Equality Cycle years in the garden, they're not even here. I miss them. And the sister, I miss them, man. I look at y'all, some of y'all out, I'm meeting y'all now. But I miss y'all, I miss some of my brothers. All of them from all over this city. And I see some walking in here now. From the 60s. And I love the way this nation got to come back together. One other thing that God told me, he said, Sabu, he said, I love the way things are starting to happen now. He said, you know why that's happening? He said, I see that as Allah bringing things back together. Allah bringing us all back together. So be pleased with yourself, brothers and sisters. Be pleased with yourself. But don't don't become short-sighted. All right? Don't just get caught up in, hey, everything look good. Remember, there's a lot of craziness going on out here. A lot of craziness going on out here. And I look around at y'all and I say, hey, it looks, I'm glad to see y'all, man.
Okay.
I'm glad to see y'all. All y'all glad to see each other. And show that love for each other. Just a law nation. Now a law nation is just. Yeah. Show that justice. All right? Show that justice, man. That justice is your love for each other. Because as you always hear us say, we only got each other. Yeah, that's very true. Hey, 5% is a very small portion of 100. All right, you got 85, that's a big portion. You got 10% who's just blood-sucking everything else. You got 5%, that's a small portion. We only got each other. So we don't show our love for each other, we in trouble, man. We're sadly in trouble. This nation is going through a lot of ups and downs. Now I'm going to say one other thing, man. In this nation, when you got them devils in this nation, them devils in this nation, we got to weed that out. Yeah, them 4 devils. Hatred, lust, greed, jealousy. Them 4 devils, when you got that going on in this nation, we got to weed that out, brothers and sisters. Hey, that will destroy any nation if you let them 4 devils live in this nation. And if you see that happening and you don't try to destroy it, even in yourself, how are you going to be successful? Huh? Tell us, why was he successful? Tell me how you're going to be successful if you don't destroy that devil inside, if you see it inside you or in your nation. We got a job to do, man. The greatest thing that we can do is unify and be together as one. Hey, love each other, man. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I know there's a lot of people that got a lot of crazy stuff going on in their head, man. I'm all about that love.
Put you in the church.
That real love. All right? That love that makes you know how to stick together. You better have love with yourself. All right? This is wisdom born, the Savior. Huh? I'm the Savior. I'm the Savior. I'm the greatest Savior that I know. The only one that I say that I look up to is the Almighty, all arm, leg, arm, head, the Almighty, the all in all. That's the greatest Savior that I know. And let me tell you something. When I look in the mirror, I say, good. What's that girl name that say, good morning, gorgeous? I look in the mirror and I say, good morning, Saul Boo, peace. But Mary, what you gonna do today, Saul Boo? I didn't say sad boo, I said Saul Boo, that's my name. And it means Savior Allah born you. Say it back here. You born Allah, the Savior. Always has been and always will be. And I'm keeping it straight. If you ain't got time to start dealing with things right, don't blame anybody else, man. All right? Stop talking about all that 5% ain't this and the 5%. The 5% is a reflection of you. If the 5% ain't doing nothing, then you ain't doing nothing. Damn it. Y'all better be for real, man. And when I say the black seeds keep on growing, you better understand what that song is talking about. It's talking about you. You're the black seed that gotta keep on growing. If you don't, kill yourself. Or let somebody else kill you if you're a fool. My name is Saul Boo, and I say peace to each and every one of y'all.
Our next speaker will be Lord Sharif Allah. Come on, God.
Come in the name of the Lord, watch we beloved. Today's man was wisdom born. Did they receive more gold for their labor? No, the traitors disappeared. No one left to speak their own language. What is our own language? Mathematics. God's like the divine. Okay, I wanted to speak today on the science of God and how according to my knowledge and wisdom, how we should represent it more on a regular basis. The name God is universal. When we say that name, it manifests power around us, within us. We say we gods, right? We are God individually.
Peace.
And we represent the cipher of God individually. But as a unit, we represent the power of the universal God. Individual also, but more so as a unit. Because where there's unity, there's more strength. So we come together every month, right? To recognize each other and build within these colonies. Make knowledge born, the truth manifests itself, regardless of whom and what. But over the years, so many of us have went back to the essence. They call it home. I call it the essence, because the essence is where we came from once we represent the true and living God of the universe. So we go back to that essence of life. We continue to live after we leave the physical composition, the physical world. We continue to represent the creative energy of God's cycle divine. The power of God. Whenever you have a problem, you say to yourself, God, what's the science? What can I do about this? And that creative energy starts to manifest itself. Medical issues, a lot of us have them. Other kind of issues. God is the answer. The power, our God. One other thing I wanted to say. The brother spoke about the devil, the evil. That's what they do. We say they're the devil, but they live and they run a civilized government, a so-called civilized society. So they're not representing devils, even though that's what they are naturally, but they're representing a civilized person. They run a so-called civilized modern-day government, but they do underhanded, what they call that? They do underhanded devilishment around the world, manipulating other countries, other nations. So that's how they get over in this world too, in this government, this society. So remember, we represent God, they represent the devil, but they don't put their shit out front. Excuse my expression. They represent the 10%, the rich slave maids of the poor, and they conceal the knowledge. We reveal it. Proper education knows correct errors. Peace.
Next speaker is Tupac Biala.
Time, take the coat off too.
Hey! Name is Tupac Biala. Name is mathematics, wisdom born. The wisdom that I born is the wisdom of God. Supreme knowledge, the born and born back to knowledge. Born means to bring into existence. Born is life. Love Islam forever. I self-Lord and master. And today, my bill is about Allah's school and the history that I have with it. Right, in the last 48 years that I had knowledge of myself. It's about SOS right now.
That's right.
Always has been and always will be SOS. Because that's what the Father left us. Right? And to get started right with that, you have to be here, you have to be here at least 30 years ago. Because if you was, you would remember the wooden fence that was around the school before we got the new one. Right? And that once we got the new fence, that was a power move. We fenced it off. Once we fenced off the land, it became adverse possession, eminent domain, meaning that we claimed it. We owned it. For those that don't know whether we own the school or not, or we lease it, I'm telling you right now, we own the school. That was a power move. Yes, he did. Allah does everything. Yes, he did. You know, the next power move was when we got the shed. Because the main purpose of us getting the shed was to deal with community building. Meaning that we actually really wanted it to be like a market, right? But what it turned out to be was a storage unit. You know what I'm saying? The community building was supplying services and demand. I mean services and goods, right? The goods was outside, right? Businesses, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, you know, we provide goods for the community. That's community building. We also had the services was inside. You know, the classes, you know, that was the services that we were supplying to the community, right? You know, civilization classes, sewing classes, right? Rest in peace to Queen Latisha, rest in power. Queen Latisha, she had civilized, she was teaching women how to wrap their hair. Also, she was a part of the 5% newspaper staff, right? Goods outside was the guards, man, you know, selling ties, bobos, clothes. These were the goods that we provided to the community, right? So, like I get back to the shed, right? To let you know that the shed cost is about $2,400. Me, myself, personally, I put up half that out of my own pocket. Because I'm true to the culture. Anything I can do for the growth and development for this nation, I'm here. And to get to the root of how we getting money right now, it started with the shed. And you know who started that? Rob Mel from Piedmont. Rob Mel from Piedmont went around 125th Street, and he started talking and communicating with them Africans around there. And then he told them that we had storage space around the corner. That's how it started. That's how they're getting that money right now from their school dog. Was through Rob Mel. And then he started off with them bringing their carts there, and you don't know how good news travel. They started talking to their brothers, the other African brothers. Next thing you know, we got trunks in there. Trucks and cars. And cars. That's how we're getting that money right now. The nation from Marmel, but it's for the money that is been getting every month is for a law school. It's for a law school. And the people that's handling the money need to know.
Back, yo, I'm home.
Right? It's the nation money, kid. They acting like it's their money. The purpose is we need to have this about saving law school. The foundation of the law school, man, is 102 years old. 102 years old. So that should be the primary purpose, man. What we have. Building a prefab next door, that's cool. But what we have already needs to be taken care of, man. A law school. Because if a law school collapses, man, everything is over. It's over. So that should be our primary goal, man, to fix the foundation of the law school. Anything else is secondary to me. A law school is the crown jewel. A law school, the property that is on, is worth multi-millions of dollars, man. That's why people come with ideas, want to build, want to build around the land, or they want to build a 7-story building. Right? Why? Because they know that the value of that land is multi-million. And they thinking about their retirement. Right? That's what I'm here for. To show and prove the history of me to the law school. It began, like I said, in 74 when I got 9. But I moved up. I moved to Mecca in the summer of God born. Right? So to get to what I'm getting to is that, I earned my key to a law school in that process. I learned through me being true to the culture. Then I earned the key to the store next door. When my big brother had to take a leave of absence, he bestowed upon me all the keys. The key to the gate, the key to the basement, I had them all. I paid the telephone bill. I paid the electric bill. Them are the only 2 bills that a law school got. Electric bill, phone bill. Security now. Back then, we had no security. Well, we always, what I'm saying, not here, what you're talking about. We always on point. We always are, what I'm saying, to protect the law school at all costs. So, getting back to me, my contribution to this nation, right? The power paper. I know that. The power paper is a lifeline for those brothers that's in the P9 institution. They thrive on that. For individuals that's in other states, they can't make it to the parliament. You got the power paper, and you got Rashid Allah who produces the video for the parliament. When my brother took that leave of absence, I stepped up. Me, CLR, Watisha, right? We kept the power paper on schedule. I got the power paper for the printer. I brought it to CLR. CLR put them in the envelopes and stamped it. I took them to the post office. That's my contribution to the nation that I love and live. Power paper, always been about SOS, always. Nothing else, nothing less. The power paper is to enlighten those, like some people You know what I'm saying? The power paper breaks it down. Breaks it down. It lets you know what's going on with the nation. Things that you may not know. If you read the paper, you'll be surprised what you might learn. You could be sitting in a chair right there, right in the audience, and don't know what's really going on. True story. Some people come here to listen, or some people be on the side looking. I don't come to look, I don't come to watch, I come to build. Teach, God. I come to build. Because what builders build. That's my history with a law school. Right now I'm resident Richmond, Victory Law. For those that do not know, Richmond is Richmond. VA, Victory Law. We building out there. You got Newport, right? You got Newport. You got Norfolk. They call Norfolk New Freedom, right? And they got, they starting to name the cities out there, 7 cities. Right? So, I'm in Richmond, right? I've been down Richmond since 2005. So when I went down to Richmond, I made myself known. I knew where to go before I went. I connected already to my family. So when I got there, I began to build and show and prove true Barbie law. And right now, I am in Richmond, one of 2 elders, right? Because I got it in 74. A lot of them are like 10 years younger than I am. And the other God that's elder that's in Richmond goes by the name of Born Unique. He's the father of you God from Wu-Tang. The God's known, been around, my big brothers know. That's older than me, they know who he is. We are the elders. They respect us. Yeah, born saviors. Yeah, exactly. No, born saviors is in law. He's one of the other elders in the state of Victory Law. I was speaking about Richmond, particularly. Right? So, also, we are planning on another Region 4 conference. And Richmond will be hosting it. That's building. We have the Social for the Father. That's being held in Norfolk, now Freedom, for the Father Social. And also, just want to make one more thing for man. That when I met there, I met a lot of gods, young gods and whatnot, right? But there was just one particular God that had just came home, right? And I walked into the barbershop because, I'm a salesperson. I'm an entrepreneur. I walk in and out of businesses, right? So I walked into the barbershop, which I normally walk into. When I walk in there, I see a God with a flag shirt on. I said, peace. He said, peace. And that's how our bond started. From peace, from him wearing the universal flag. Me and him to get to build and create a bond. We built, we broke bread, and we created a bond. The brother's name that I'm talking about, the name is Lord Master. He was one of the brothers that was part of the Build Group. My brother Dwayne King, my brother Shabu, and Intelligent. A lot of intelligence from Medina. They were the ones that financed that, right? But it was I that talked to the God that I'm talking about, Master Lord. I went to him and said, yo, God, we're trying to do something for our 50th anniversary. I said, God, I'm with you. Just like that. But it was through the bond that him and I had created, and him respecting me and being an elder, his big brother. That's how that happened. He wound up putting 20 stacks on the strength. Build is build. And that's what I do. You put 20 stacks, Shabu put 20 stacks, and a lot of intelligence put around 20 stacks. And you know what happens? We had an event. Where? At the Apollo Theater. At the Apollo Theater. On the billboard, the nation of God's earth, celebrating the 50th anniversary, hosted by Erica Badu. Thanks to my brother. Rest in peace, K. Slate. Indeed so. And I want to say, rest in power, the father, Bouchon, and Ramel. Because they were the ones that was out from the school. And me as well. Me and Ramel got connected through Poinsettia. We was out from the school carrying on the goods outside the school. What goes on outside the school is just as important, but then what goes in was inside the school, like the services. We outside in front of the school, they walking by every day. We showing them that, man, we about building. We out there with goods. We ain't standing out there doing nothing, getting stimulated. Definitely not. Because when we were doing that, my big brother changed the culture around our school. No getting stimulated at all. You want to get stimulated, take that around the block. And was being enforced by my big brother. And that's the culture that needs to continue. You want to get back to Harry Tubman? They walking around, they looking out them high rises. They looking. They got a camera right on the corner. If you're not doing anything conducive for this nation and growth and development, don't come. Don't come. We're trying to add on, we're trying to build. We don't need no brothers hanging out from the school, not doing nothing. That was back in the day, man. Like I said, my brother changed the culture of the school, man. Don't get stimulated. It's not what you do, how you do it. It's how you do it. And I don't want to hear, no, God, or it's legal now. Man, take that around the corner, man. I don't want to hear that. It's legal. We can, you know, man, take that around the corner. They watching. They watching. So we got to show them. You want to ask me a question or something? What's that?
I wanted to know when you said SOS, what did that interpret? What did that mean?
Save our school. Our school. Yeah, everybody knows that, my man. Yeah, I know. When he asked me that, I already knew. I already knew, God, that you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You knew, God. And ain't no question. Dumb question. Right. And I come, and I did make my way to home. Hey! Hey!
My name is God. This is the Universal Father. Right? Welcome to those who's here for the first time. And those who just getting the knowledge itself. I'm gonna tell you what this is not though. See, that's my business. Let me set this tone. about, but this is not. This is not about a verse. So pardon me, correction. This is the universal gathering, the law of 5%. The nation of gods and earth. Because the Bible, to me, doing semantics here. It's God and she's and earth. We coming here for the purpose of teaching, empowering, enhancing our nation business. Yes, and to discuss issues that are relevant to us. I'm not up here, and I'm gonna make sure you know, for no contentious or argument business. To be critical things. Right? Let me explain something to you, and I don't want to say what God said. He said this, that if we want to come together, come on now, if you want to come together, that's right. You see him by coming together. Right. That's called synergy. That's all the energy coming together. Not single-handedly. I mean, you do things, two barbers just talking about, you know, what I do, I'm highlighting the guard here. And that national event. Right? But it's us all coming together for the idea. Let me say this to you. Whatever we do, at home or abroad, if you're 5%, has to be connected from 1 to 9. It better be from 1 to 9. What that means? That means that's the process. Not 3, 4, 9. 1, 2, 3. Right? But God said today, or of today's mathematics, is wisdom born. Right? You don't necessarily have to get up here and template my wisdom or my words. But check this one. Your words should make born the reality of what you're saying to the minds of the people. Let it be mathematical. We're not up here for psycho rap battle or nothing else. We have critical junctures, you know, where we're going. Critical meaning that we're developing. I agree with everything, God. That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my brother. Let me drop something on something. Let me drop this out. I had God tell me a few days ago, I catch this every now and then, right? God said, yo, God, because I hate you, God, right? I get a few brothers, listen, man, look, I'll take up the block. Yo, God, this ain't that. So I told him, all right, so let me drop something on you that's universal here, right? Stupid. I ain't playing no games here. I'm not. As long as the ties that bind you together are stronger than the ones that tear you apart, all be well. Yeah, that came from that. But you my brother. We don't here, we not causing separation. Now, let me get to the bone now. You got, yeah, I'm one of them that's talking about a parliament inside our yard. Yes, born king, and then king, right? Through his forces, let me get this goal, and because it's about the foundation. Right? Not to deal with weak words that go into the atmosphere. That's my brother. We ain't getting away with nothing here. No trick knowledge rules, only supreme knowledge. Why am I speaking like that? I'm only speaking adamantly. I'm here to build. God said, man, I'm not here to give you, see, today's mathematics is wisdom born. The degree is why we got proofs and so step on the table. I'm not going to beat you in the head. We got proof. Why law see you born? When you understand the science of mathematics, it's, you know, why law and his 5% for to be successful in all their undertakings. Right? One of them, I'm a stickler for this. I let my brothers deal with the science, the foundation is, and what my thing is behavior. I guess because I'm a behavior, we all are. How you act. You can't tell me about the duty if you don't know the meaning. I stay saying that. You can look on Mad Tapes and you hear me saying that. Why? Because I don't care how polysyllabic your wisdom is. How your delivery. Right? Wisdom is not only is the way, but wisdom not only the wise words, but it's the application, how I live, in the core of what I know. Right? Because it's true, it's acceptable. I'm applying it now. Are you applying it? That's the signs. Listen, we not, the world got the God's right. The world is watching. God, let me add on to that. To the God bill. Check this one in. When Umar, the disciple, and all them went back. I dropped right in there. Right? And so a lot of times, man, you don't know the gravity of a person's work until you put on their shoes. Right? No doubt. I get it. Right? And by that I mean this, that things have to get done. Sabu, myself, and Bilal. Going to community boards, we get back and have each other. That's important. Right? Take a trip with my brother here, drop something on me, Jew, I'll take that with me. Right? But I'm saying, you know, because that's because the historical connection to that. However, we are makers and owners, correct?
Yes.
Because check this one in. It would be, because it's happened to us. We went to a problem, unknown to us. Now anybody knows this? No. What? Right. So now what are you left with? Right? And I made my hand. I don't point to nobody. I want to know. Yo, we can't get inside? What we gonna do? Right? Tell me what you gonna do, man. Get your own.